may have a lot of hits and a lot of subscribers, but all those people with all the views and stuff, they all went to college, and you can tell because they conform just like college people. Their videos, they all look alike. They all have the written words for the literate types, you know. Usually it's on their little index thumbnail thingamabob. You can tell they totally went to college. So yeah, how much do you respect them now, huh? Yeah, knowing that they're so namby-pamby. I'll bet they get a red carpet rolled out for them everywhere they go. They're so special. Shit talker. Rated PG-13. What's up? It's me, JJ, the owner of Bright Idea Records and the producer of video games and more. That isn't what I look like. Not quite. Almost. I know, I'm like almost. It's almost accurate. It's way more accurate. It's like mugshot accurate right there. Look at that mug. No, rather not. Thanks very much. I tell you, speaking of college, when I woke up today, well, technically, I'd already woken up and made a bowl of cereal and gone back to sleep. You know, my Golden Graham Cocoa Puff Marshmallow cereal. Anyways, so I'm stumbling to the kitchen to put the bowl in the sink, and there's like this cockroach on the counter that is large enough that I'm pretty sure it was going to be going away to college soon. It was a big, and if it lived to get that big, it must be smart enough to deserve to go to college. I'm telling you, this cockroach. It wasn't even like in a gang, you know. It had gotten out of the ghetto. That's how old. This is an elder cockroach on my counter, and I'm just like holding my cereal bowl. I'm just like, I'm out of here. I'm in no condition for this. What is this? Making a new friend? You know, that's technically breaking and entering, man. That's my kitchen. Mine. It's my kitchen. No one's supposed to be there but like me and guests. And I don't remember inviting a cockroach, an elder cockroach ready to go to college. I don't remember inviting anybody like that to the party, I suppose. I'll digress. Did you know that Crave, or no, not Crave, Kratom. You know that Kratom will show up in your piss as methadone? I've heard. Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? But it'll show up as other things too. Excuse me. You know, I guess I'm making fun of drug tests when I say what I just said, because it seems like they are very accurate and they are very impressive and they are totally usable in the real world for like most conformist problems. You know, like, is my kid getting high? Let's piss test him and find out. Kind of a thing, right? But there are more complicated matters in this world that a piss test just can't quite, you know, it's not quite smart enough. The piss test isn't quite smart enough to compensate for every kind of scenario that a human being could get themselves into. But I digress. Yeah, I didn't know. I'm not a Kratom user. I'm not. So I'm not. I mean, it's true. It's like, being a drug user typically means that you're either willing to do anything in order to get money to support your habit, right? Or it just means that you get addicted to drugs that don't cost as much. Possibly. Yeah. Or you just get them prescribed to you from a doctor and your insurance covers them. Well, no, that really is the best. Especially if it is like something that you need, like medication. People don't get it. They're raised on this like fucking just say no culture, here in the first world nations, and it's obviously not a just say no culture because all you gotta do is turn on the television and see advertisements for all kinds of big pharma drugs, and they all look very useful, whether it's a prescribed biological or freaking niacin for your arteries. It all looks super duper fucking useful. All your drugs, your non-criminal drugs. Tell you, man. I'd really like to see some drugs, some TV commercials for like Adderall. I don't know if the community at large has already solved this problem of propaganda and public relations. Drugs like morphine and Adderall have terrible PR. And fentanyl has the worst of them all. Seriously, like, talk about what I'd say the elephant in the room, but it's more like the Tyrannosaurus Rex in the room, or the Velociraptor. I don't know. It'll slice you and dice you and something. Is it the Jensen knife? Nah. Cool. I was just like getting stoned on this totally legal marijuana cigarette. I would say that I was abusing it, but I had to stomp it out after like not terribly long. This thing is like supposed to. This is the kind of joint that you could start friendships with. You know, it's like from what I understand, it's like some I don't know primo kush type of stuff sprinkled with like keef after it's been waxed and rolled into a cone shape with a nice little cardboard smoking apparatus filter thanger blowing like them stoners like. Yep. I tell you, man. Something else. I'd tell you more about it, but I'm not equipped to be a critic in that realm. I grew up back when marijuana or cannabis, it wasn't something to get happy about. It wasn't something to get enthused or even slightly elated about. It was more like that necessary evil that gets you through life when you're living in a terrible place. Right? Like it's like, hey man, you wanna hit this? Fucking A. Do I? I don't know, do you? Hey, my hand's out, I'm reaching for it. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell by the tone of your voice. Yeah, me neither. What? Pass that shit. See what I mean? It's all It's like these days, it's like when it's legalized, it's something that you can get a degree in and be proud of. And I got to admit, whoever made this thing probably should be proud of it. So, um, what's his name? Jeter? Cool, man. Javi Jeter. Hey. You know, when you wake up and you're face to face with the business end of a cockroach that looks like it's ready to be sent off to college, like it is a nice relief. You know, I've gotten to be so old that like I start to tremble, like especially when I'm whatchamacallit. I would say overwhelmed. It isn't so much that I'm overwhelmed. I think it's more like that my nervous system is overwhelmed. For example, it's almost like a nature video when you see I think it's like a mama deer or a mama elephant or whatever, and you see the pup coming out trying to walk. Maybe it's a giraffe. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Anyways, and the legs are all kind of trembly, you know, because it's its first steps along a road of many, 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 many steps. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, and you may be trembling now, but you'll be trembling again someday. Mark my words. Like for example, if I like start to get toxicity from too many whippets, yeah, I get all trembly. I'm just like, oh, I gotta put the whippet cracker, I gotta put the whippet bong down. No, not because I'm trying to be responsible. No, I literally can't hold it anymore. I'm just all trembly. Yeah. It's like, no, I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna put the whippet cracker down, the whip, because that's what they call that, the hippie crack. You know why they call it that, right? Because it's got like a half-life of like, um, wait, what's a half-life aside from a video game? It's like it's in your system long enough. It's like it's fleeting. It is a fleeting thing. So it is the kind of thing you would smoke like crack if you smoked it, rather than inhale it like a gas. Oh, 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 excuse me. Yeah, that's the pulmonary, I think. I'm hoping to get a doctor that can prescribe me ephedrine soon. Because I've used that my whole life to control my asthma, and it really sucks now that it's illegal. Or whatever it is. It's controlled. Whatever it is, I can't get it. It's in a cookie jar that's out of my reach. That's okay. I know they make drugs out of it. It's a precursor, right? You know how many precursors there are for making bombs on store shelves right now? It's easier to make bombs in this country than it is to make drugs, which is kind of weird. I know it's kind of a weird. I don't even know chemistry. I'm a high school dropout, but I know a thing or two. I read the Anarchist Cookbook this one time, you see. The Jolly Roger one. It was like a printout. No, the digital one is completely different. It may say Jolly Roger, but it's totally different than the print one that says Jolly Roger. That was made like way back when. No, I don't have that. It got taken away from me back in high school before I became a dropout. Yeah, I did think it was a bad idea to take my copy of the Anarchist Cookbook to high school when I was a freshman, but you know, I did it anyways because I'm not a pussy. Never have been. Like when people say that's not a very good idea, I sometimes agree with them. It's probably not a good idea, but I know what I'm doing. It's sort of like I like this video game, this Grand Theft Auto thing. I've been doing. It's fun. I've been trying to apply some of the community mods, and it's I don't know, man. I don't know if I even notice their hard work. Like to me, it just looks like Grand Theft Auto 4, like I played it on Xbox 360. You know, I'm like squinting my eyes. Did they really do anything? It seems like a lot of work for me to do to just play the same old game I always play. Oh, they fixed the Russian text. Go good for them. Okay. But what I'm getting at is, it's like this program. Wait, this was a good little segue. What were we talking about before that? Let's see. Probably some kind of a chem, right? Yeah, whatever, man. I'm such a burnout, dude. Problem is, I've been a burnout for about 20 years. So, you know what that makes me? That makes me a burnt out burnout. That's even worse. Jesus, it's like a cigarette butt that's been stepped on twice and then smoked again. Oh, fuck. And then stepped on again. Ah, burnt out burnout. Holy shit. It's okay, man. I got some plans. I got some plans. I'm a big dreamer. You see, big dreamer. Here's my dream. Be nice to get a working camera in this time. I think I got one in the mail. I don't know. You know, it's hard to prioritize. It's all bullshit. Let's see. Um, oh yeah, camera. Here we go. No, I was trying to figure out what app to go into, and I'm like, it's tough to prioritize when it's all bullshit. It is. It is. It is. Eh, 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 eh. Uh, it's no good. It's no good. No good. No good. That dude's no good. Oh, getting better. It's almost. Uh, then again, though, it's all downhill from here. So I've heard. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, that is good. Okay. What? Oh, uh, um, yeah. I guess, I guess that'll have to do. So here's my idea. This is that fancy thingammerbob I was talking about. This super duper fancy joint. Yeah, gets me creative, but it also makes me get the munchies, and then I gotta go in the kitchen and fight off the cockroach infestation. This is that swag. I know my illumination in here. It's terrible. Um, uh, uh, yeah, I think I put the whippet bong away. The one that was making me tremble like a newborn giraffe. I was trying to think, oh yeah, if I get excited, I start to get all trembly. What kind of excited? I don't know, man. Just about any kind of, like when I ran into that cockroach, I just about dropped my cereal bowl. Like, oh, so trembling. So I have a multi-million dollar idea, and I doubt if I'm gonna do it. And it's sad because I got all the pieces to the puzzle. It's just like I know my probably not even gonna do it. Here's my multi-million dollar idea, so I don't forget it. Okay. Uh-oh. That was a good photo. So there's all kinds of like video game accessories on the market today. I was thinking if I could have a nice little jar like that and a nice little label that says this off the Avengers stick grip grip and you know because it's there's all kinds of like rubber sleeves and then like it's like that's nice. I've been hanging out with goth kids for a long time, and uh, and I know that yeah, latex is neat, but liquid latex is neater. Of course, if you tacky it up, with various thickeners or like cornstarch or perhaps maybe even other latex. If you make like a polymer kind of, or wait, that's not an amalgam. No, that involves mercury. Oh, I don't know. You make some kind of a cocktail. A cocktail. Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, so what about it? Stick, grip, gup. And what does it do again? It's for hardcore video gamers, man. You know? The kind of person that'll wear. It's all falling down around me. It's midlife crisis. It's a hell of a. It's not even a crisis because no one cares. Exactly. Oh, that's the real crisis of a midlife crisis. The crisis that no one cares. It's certainly not a crisis. Okay. So the stick grip goop. We have ourselves the perfect product. It's low cost. It's cheap to manufacture, cheap to package. It is non-toxic as far as I know, and it's actually useful if used properly. If you're a hardcore gamer, sometimes you wear out your thumbsticks, and then they get all like slippery. They get all anything but tacky. Absolutely not tacky. And that's kind of what you need, because if your thumb slips off the stick, you're not going to get that high score, are you? Well, that's neat, JJ. You came up with a product. Congratulations. Do we want to pat you on the back? But here's the part that's even worse. Okay? It's a perfect product I could slap my name on and endorse. I could even put time and research into product development and make it the best product I can. It's not the Avengers Stick Grip Goop. Yeah. And I even hacked a fucking database. I think it's on the Internet Archive. I think it's been on there a while. It has like brick and mortar stores all over the country, everything from Amoeba Music to like Borders Books. You see, you know how it works is You call up the person in charge of their shipments, and I've got a list of numbers, like 200 numbers for brick and mortar stores from that one hack that I did, that I made a video of. And like, if I were to call their shipping department and say like, "Hey, I got some items that I want to put on consignment. I'd like to ship them to you. Would you care to make a manifest or whatever kind of log so that way when they show up at your door, you'll be expecting them and know what to do with them?" And you just like leave voicemails back and forth, and you just make your product, you package your product, you ship your product, and you wait for the money to roll in. That's how consignment works, is you don't actually put your product like it's basically you're putting it up for free. If it sells, it sells. If it stays on the shelf forever, well, it's on the shelf at least. But that's it. I could literally sit here and sell Zot the Avenger stick grip goop for the rest of my midlife crisis. Probably wind up a millionaire. I could probably sell the stuff for like $20 a box. See, I'd want to box the product because if it didn't come in a box, it might look like something edible, like lip balm, like some Carmex. No, that's not Carmex. That's Zot the Avenger stick grip goop. And though it may be non-toxic, I still wouldn't want to put it on my lips. But then again, that might be the most goth thing ever. You got black lips because you smeared liquid latex all over them. That's crazy. I don't know. Never tried that one. Multi-million-dollar idea. And I had it days ago. And like I say, I already know I'm not going to do anything with it. And oh yeah, here's the other thing is I got celebrities that I could like ask, to endorse my product. And they don't really know me, but I got their phone number. I know them. And I'll bet if they play video games, and if I were to send them a sample of my product, if they were to try it, they'd be won over. Because, it's not just Plasti Dip. That's like where you start. And then you just keep... It's an old family recipe, you see. The Zot the Avenger stick grip goop. Yeah, man. I could be a millionaire. I could. I was even thinking of calling like Level, the PR people, the representatives, the agency. I could be all like, want to represent me? But I think you can just resent me! Resent me! Repre